Members, paying members of my channel have an addition. You have your members. Welcome to the show. I'm the Star Wars Daddy. I'm bringing you another unboxing video of vintage Star Wars goodness, a $5,000 collection that I have purchased to bring in for resale. Now, originally it was $5,000 and it ends up being $2,000. How? Well, we had a ton of reproductions that were not listed, that were not advertised. We even had communication before we made this purchase of how to look for those reproductions. Just put them all in water. Just do that, and then I'll do the rest if you can just float the accessories in water. The seller said they did it, and they all floated. They did not all float. Actually, more than half of them did not float, and there are ones that should have floated. So right then and there, we can pull those out as reproductions. We also had 3D printed parts. 3D printed parts on some very expensive vehicles. We had fake stickers. All kinds of stuff happened in this collection. And when I thought I'd lost all hope, and I'd stopped the recording because I thought I was gonna have to do a full return. The seller agreed to give me a $3,000 refund. So now we've got a $5,000 collection we purchased for only $2,000, and we'll be able to see what is kept, what makes up the $2,000. You're gonna see that I'm gonna make a pretty good profit still, and then all the reproduction items. That'll be another part of this video as well. But we start the unboxing like we're thinking everything's good to go, and then it goes haywire. So that's gonna happen here on this video. My paying members, make sure to pay attention to this video. Lots of stuff you're probably gonna want, and it is one of the perks that my members have that are paying me every single month for their membership. One of the perks. Tons of perks happen. There'll be a commercial that plays about that later on this video. You're gonna learn about all the different things that I'm giving away for free here on this channel. But one of them is when they see videos like this, they can pick things out before these things trickle onto eBay. And they can purchase outside of eBay. They get a pretty good deal on the price. They save on sales tax, and I save on the eBay fees. It's a win-win for everybody. But that is one of the perks that happen. Now, if these items aren't claimed by members, they are going to trickle their way out of eBay. How can you find my eBay, you're wondering? Down below in the description of this video. Click more once, click more twice. It brings up all my information. There's one hyperlink that goes across the screen. Click the hyperlink, and you're going to find my Twitch, my TikTok, my Instagram, my email address, my eBay link to go find all the items I'm selling in 7-day auctions every single Sunday. Every single Sunday, I'm selling vintage Kenner, Star Wars, action figures, playsets, vehicles, creatures, accessories, everything you feel holds in your collection. We then recap all those sales on a Wednesday video every single Wednesday. This week, we're coming up to 103 episodes that we've done, and I give price points. So you know what these things are selling for in case you're in the market? I give shout outs to every single person that purchases from me. We do a feature on action figures. We roll through them all, the entire line, so you can be an informed collector at home. And then we also have giveaways, accolades, everything happens on those videos. And then right below that is the membership link in case you'd like to become a paying member of this channel. It's the best way you can support a growing channel like mine. And I'm telling you, there are so many discounts and giveaways. It pays for the membership with some small little things you can do. You're paying for the membership costs just by the free stuff you're getting. If you like these kind of videos, you want to see more of the Star Wars Daddy, you want to see more Star Wars content in your feed, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell notification, be notified of all the upcoming content I'm going to tell you about in the outro of this video. There's a promo code happening right now. A promo code covers 2 different websites. Daddy10 at checkout, 10% off with collectorarchive.com. What's that? It's CAS. If you want your items graded in your collection, you want a discount, you don't want to pay full price, use the code Daddy10 at checkout to get that 10% off. And then if you've got 50 friends this holiday season, you're like, what am I going to get all my friends? Maybe a lightsaber. How about at theorysabers.com, the greatest lightsabers you've ever seen. Go to theorysabers.com, use code Daddy10, same code, and get 10% off with Theory Sabers. As long as you spend $100 or more, you get the 10% off. Don't pay full price. Use my code. It directly affects this channel. All right, guys, that's it. Short and sweet. We got to the point. You understand what this video is going to be about. It's going to be a little bit of chaos because I'm going to be going ups and downs as I'm filming, because it happens over a 2-day period of me communicating with the seller, getting refunds, being upset, all this stuff. It's a whole mix of emotions happening right now. Let me make the mistakes for you. Be entertained by my stress and my chaos. I have no problem going through it for you, and I hope you enjoy this unboxing. When Darth Maul first lit that double-bladed saber, every Star Wars fan felt it. And with Theory sabers, you don't just watch it, you live it. Every swing hums like the movies. The weight feels real. You can almost smell the smoke from the sparks flying. These sabers are pure immersion for fans who grew up dreaming of that moment. You feel the darkness. Each ignition is raw power in your hands, built strong, balanced, and absolutely terrifying in the best way. From Yoda's flash of green to Vader's fury of red, every Theory saber captures the cinematic magic. These aren't toys, they're masterpieces. They're collector grade, combat ready, and made for the fans who never stop believing they could be a Jedi. So yeah, it's completely fine to be an adult with a lightsaber. Head to TheorySabers.com, use code DADDY10 at checkout, and get 10% off your order because, let's be honest, you can never own enough lightsabers from Theory Sabers. Okay, let's get the first box open, and like I've said, I'm nervous about how this gigantic collection only fit into 3 of these boxes. Makes me nervous. I'm a nervy pervy. So let's get some of the stuff out here. Obviously you can't see inside the box right now. I'll just pull everything out. We'll then open it all up and take a look-see. But it's definitely nervous. I mean, we've got an AT-AT, Millennium Falcon, we've got an Imperial Shuttle. But maybe now that I'm looking at how this all packaged in, we just got kind of all those big vehicles kind of knocked out right here in this first box. So maybe it is possible. All right. All right, so there we go. That's the first box here. I will fast forward through all of the unboxing here. Okay guys, here's what's happened in the first box here. We've got some vehicles mostly, and honestly I haven't looked inside the Millennium Falcon. Everything else has been hiding things inside of the, why can't I open this? It's taped? Oh yeah, it appears to be taped. Harder than anything I've ever seen in my life. Why won't this come out? What is... I don't understand. Why won't this come out? Is it glued? What? This literally, the back will not come off. There's no tape. I'm pulling pretty damn hard. I've never seen anything like this. It is not taped. Is it? It's got to be glued. I mean, it literally, it was glued. So that just broke off. There's no way to get that off. I'm not in a good mood right now, I can tell you, during this unboxing. This is glued as well. None of that was disclosed, so we've got some issues already. And then these 4 accessories, we don't even need to drop these. We don't need to put them in water. Here's some Imperial blasters. If you notice, they're completely not even the right mold. They're like 3D printed. They're wrong. The good news is the blue saber here is real. These other accessories are real. But half of them right here are not real. And I'm pretty sure that this cape is fake. And this saber is fake as well. I'm positive that's fake. This does no zip at all on it. And is it Taiwan? It's Hong Kong. So the Taiwan cape would be the only one that wouldn't have a zip to it. So I'm pretty sure all this is fake so far. I mean, the good news is we do have the inside glass here, which I always need. But is it glued? I don't know. I'm nervous I don't want to break it. Nope, it's loose. It's good. So we can salvage a bunch of the parts off the Millennium Falcon. Unfortunately, it was in very nice condition. So possibly I have another one of these back pieces, and I can get it on there after I break off the pieces that were glued on. There's like the tabs are still broken off on there. So we'll see if I can salvage that. If not, we'll just harvest it for parts and sell the parts. All right, I'm going to move these figures kind of out of the way now, and we'll get to the next box, but we need some room here. Okay, I'm just going to pull this stuff out. Obviously, we're right in the camera here. I've got a Y-wing vehicle. I can see it has reproduction legs to it. I can already tell through. Oh my gosh, this is turning into a disaster, guys. Unless I'm getting a substantial refund at this point, it appears as though we have quite a situation. Let me pull all the rest of the stuff out. I can see that those are fake. Those are worse than the fake ones that I got in the other collection. They're just absolutely 3D printed. This is garbage. What is real, what's not? I think I actually have the replacements for them, but what about those in the front? Those are real. The gun on top is real. Junker R2-D2, junk. Okay. What about this? All right, see this. Let's see back here. Some real stuff in here. I'll fit before it even happened. See what I have to. See what I see here. Okay, guys, we've now opened up the next box, which was filled with more vehicles for the most part. We've ran into some problems. Right here on this Y-wing, we have a 3D printed strut scenario. There are 8 of them, so they're all fake. Everything else appears to be real on the Y-wing. And wait, there's a figure in there. Let me pull out another X-wing Luke, put him on the ground. That's how I feel. I'll put him right there. And then we have another issue here where the TIE Fighter, somebody's used black ink to paint in all these spots. That was not disclosed, nor were there photos that helped me realize that. We've got printed 3D type stickers that have been glued on to this and to this side as well. Those are fake stickers. We've got more fake stickers, reproductions. For these, they're absolutely reproduction. Over here on the awesome Imperial Shuttle, I am almost positive that this windshield is fake and it's glued on. So before I rip that off, I better talk to the guy, see if he wants me to leave it as is, because we might be doing a return. Everything else appears to be real. Let's check out this back rear part. And we have all the tabs here, which is a good sign that we could get this thing to work. We got some yellowing, obviously, up in here. Like this is kind of a spiral type yellowing. I don't know if you see that right here, but man, we're gonna have some issues with this shuttle, which is too bad. The B-wing over here is all pretty good. Everything's legit. Nothing's broken off of it, so that's not bad. Missing a couple stickers. We have the Slave 1 back there. It's all complete. It's all legit. We've got 2 X-wings. We got this one right here, and we got the one over there in the corner, and all the parts there appear to be real. Unfortunately, what happened is he left the guns on when he wrapped it with all the bubble wrap, and it bent all the guns inside on all of them. Nice little land speeder with something loose. It's inside there? No. I heard something. There's something loose in there. Who knows what it is? Probably a blaster I could use. We've got, the little snow speeder. Oh, there's another Luke Skywalker back here. Didn't even see him. You put Luke in the back there, which is, you're supposed to do that, and Luke is, he's a beater. Lots of these X-Wing Lukes. But it's in okay condition. Then these other ones are actually pretty good. These are actually, you know, this is your Darth Vader TIE Fighter. It looks to be in pretty nice condition. Got clean electronics. These eject just fine. And then I found this battery cover. It was on this one. And we'll put that on the Imperial TIE Interceptor. And these appear to be legit stickers. I've had enough of these come through in that $45,000 collection to know we're probably dealing with mostly real stuff here, because you can see the age on like the little corners. You got some tears here. This thing's starting to peel up. Right here too, you can see that. And it just has some normal wear and tear to it. There are some of the stickers that look really nice, but I'm pretty sure it's all real looking at it. So far, right now, we're striking out. As of right now, if we look at the meter of return or keep, we are leaning towards the return. The only thing that can save this situation is when I line up all the fake things and make a big picture of all the fake stuff and the glued stuff and the drawn-on stuff that was not disclosed. I'm going to ask for a refund, and my guess is we will not come to terms, and I'm going to have to send this off as a big return. I mean, it was like probably $600 of shipping for this guy. So he's going to have to pay $600 to have it shipped back to him. So he's going to be out, you know, $1,200 in just shipping this back and forth. So I'm hoping that he will make a deal with me, and I'll be able to salvage whatever is real here and get a decent price, because $5,000 for this collection right now is not working. We got one more box which has all the figures. That scares me because of what we've already seen with the reproductions. So I'm going to clear some space here. I'm going to use 2 tables and move some of this out so we can get all these figures up here and break down all the reproduction stuff. So that's going to happen right now. All right, guys, look, we got 3D printed parts here. I got the sand crawler, which I was like, oh, this is awesome. We got the sand crawler, it looks great. Has all the parts. They're all 3D printed, no joke. They're all 3D printed. So we've got kind of like the base of the vehicle only. So it went from like a $650, $700 vehicle down to like $200. So we just took a big loss there. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, we see some of these. Now, we did talk beforehand. He said there were 4 things that were either missing or fake. So we got a note here, no belt for her. She has the wrong weapon, but let's go ahead and just check out the weapon. So we got a little note there. No note for the rest of this stuff. Now, I heard it land. It's a pilot blaster. Sounds great, looks great, and everything looks legit for Princess Leia. Now we're gonna put all the weapons right here in a pile, and then we'll just go through it all. I can tell you right now, there's also a fake Tusken Raider cape that's in here. I could spot it through all the popcorn, all the packaging, and this is real. Let's listen to it. Hear that sound? That's a beautiful sound. And it's a nice Tusken Raider for the most part. Okay, put that there. And we're just going to start opening all these up. All right, so that is real. And when I say it's real, I'm still going to triple check everything, but I'm just based on looking at it. And what's going on here? How did we get this guy in? Okay, so we're just going to cut the top off, open him up so we can get out. Head clicks, R5D4. Guys, if we run into a lot of reproductions here with all these figures, because there's like 100 of them, this is going to be a situation for sure. It already is a situation. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Let's just bring my water right here in front of me. Oh, and let's spill it also. Let's have it bounce around and spill so that it creates a big mess. Okay, guys, it ended up that this appears to be real. We will, you know what, I'm going to check it with the LED light. I've got my LED light here. Let's just take a look. And we can see light is shining through. That's good. So it passed the drop test, float test, and the LED test. We'll check it up with Variant Villain and Imperial Gunnery, all that stuff, after the fact, just to double check it all. Okay, that sounded good. We got the small head Han Solo here. And he looks to be pretty nice. I don't know, you know, I'm horrible with the painted legs versus molded legs. I have no idea. Okay, that looks good. Throw it in the water. It floats. Looks good. We got C3PO. I'm not going to take him out of the bag. R2D2 not out of the bag. And we'll just work our way through all of these figures. And that looked good. But it's a reproduction. I can tell you it's a reproduction. I know it is. It's just got the wrong mold. I mean, look at this. Look at it right here. This area right here. That's not a real. This is not real. It's fake. And it kind of has a harder sound to it. I'm going to put this. I'm going to put this in a baggie right here, and we will go back and check. I'm almost positive that's fake. I'm telling you that these, even though they're passing the tests, they're not real. These are not real. They're just machine. They look like they're machine made. Guys, take a look at these right here. There's no way these are real. I'm going to double check them all, but there's just no way. They just look like they're machine made. Okay, guys, I stopped filming because I had to get everything out of its wrapper. I had to pull all the accessories out. All right, guys, here we are. Everything that you see here on this table right here is fake reproduction. Now, the biggest thing was we had the awesome sandcrawler vehicle, and it was complete. And here are the parts for it. But unfortunately, they are 3D printed. They are 3D printed. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get this clearly in here, but you can see all the lines from the 3D printing that's happening on these. This is just the wrong weight. It's super hard plastic. Should be a softer plastic. Here's the 3D print you can see right there. There you go. See how it's 3D printed? And there you can see the lines right there. And then here is just another 3D printed piece, the battery cover. Absolutely 3D printed. The other thing, we had the shuttle, right? And this piece was the door, but it's like this very weird color, and it's just has a wrong texture to it. It's kind of another harder material too, instead of like a softer plastic. And I'm calling BS. I do not believe this is real. I've had enough of these come through. It has no like flexibility to it. The other door has a little bit of flexibility. It's just super hard plastic. We had a Y-wing vehicle that I'm not sure I even showed much of, but all of the pieces for it right here are all 3D printed, and they're too short because the person, he didn't use the end thruster parts. He used the inside thruster parts for the end as well. And so those are the wrong distance, and he had to cut these. See, look, there's not even like a thing on the end of these to go into that little like round piece at the end. We go over to the TIE Fighter. I was like, oh, this is a nice TIE Fighter. We got these awesome wings here, but it's all been colored. So it's somebody colored in all these spots. So that's not coming off. So that's junk. And then we look, oh man, these are the nicest we've ever seen. And wait a second, these are fake stickers. Somebody put on reproduction stickers that don't even look nice. It's like a very like papery material. It's not even glossy, and they're obviously fake. So bummer on those. We go over to the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, and look, these are really nice stickers as well. They're fake. So we got two super nice ones, and those are all fake. We come over here now. Listen, the first thing I reached out to the seller about was the Jawa, because the pictures were like this. Like this is as close as you could probably see the Jawa, and it was shadowed. There was no light on them. So I just questioned, hey, everything in your collection real? And I was like, specifically the Jawa. Now, obviously, we bring him in the light. You can see it's just a fake cape. So he's not real. But the seller acknowledged that was fake. Everything else was real. I think we're looking here. We can see we've got a ton of money that is tied up in fake stuff. This was on one of the Tauntauns. It's fake. It's like a rubbery, very stiff rubber, and you can just see that it's like got a weird texture on it, and that's fake. Here we go, the Tusken Raider. Now he had a fake cape. I saw this through his packaging that he was wrapped up in. I was like, that is not the right color. So we got a fake cape, and then when we look at the Tusken Raider, someone tried to make a hollow cheek Tusken Raider, and they put like pinholes in his head. It is not the real hollow-cheeked Tusken Raider. It's hard to see on here, but you can see somebody forced something into his horns. So we've got the fake hollow cheek Tuscan Raider, and then we get to the accessories. You guys, it's a massive amount of them. All these sabers are the exact same production, exact same mold. They're all fake. Now, the crazy thing about these reproductions is that many of them passed the drop test and passed the float test, but they didn't pass the visual test. So that was what was, I mean, this was one of the most challenging ones I've had so far. But I mean, look how many things we've pulled out. Let's go ahead and drop, we'll drop this. And you'll hear right here what the reuse rifle sounds like. Very high pitched. We do not want that sound. We want it to sound more like this. You'll hear it's just a softer little thud. So that's definitely an indicator right off the bat. We hear that sound, it's reproduction. In almost every case. Here's the Gamorrean guard pig axe. Take a look at that. I mean, it looks pretty real, right? There's that sound. I mean, it's not even close. Look at all these Princess Leia blasters. One of the big things to know that if it's reproduction, well, first look at this. You'll see that it has very little, like, it's very produced, very boxy. Even like the muzzle area of the gun is just very squared off. But the biggest thing, in fact, I'll try to zoom in, is on the back here, the top part is square. And it should have some roundness to it. It's very fake. I mean, all these are just absolutely fake. You'll just see that they're very manufactured looking. And then you put it in water, but look, it's a reproduction that floats. And even when we drop these accessories, it sounds good. But when we do the LED light test, and honestly, it's hard to see on this, but no light is actually shining through. The camera's making it look like it does in the hilt, but it doesn't. It's solid, the solid color of plastic. We take a look at this one. This one will make the wrong sound. It's kind of a different, it's very shiny and sleek, this one. It's kind of thinner than it should be. There you hear that sound. It's the wrong sound, and let's see. And this one fails on all tests. It's trying to float, but you push down on it, and there it goes to the bottom. So this one fails every test possible on this one. All the Jawa guns, they are all very manufactured looking too. They're all the exact same mold as well. But here they are. They're just very boxy, square, sharp corners. Even on the tips, even on like the tips here, you can see like there's just this kind of like weird manufacture. It should be nice and smooth and round, and there's all kinds of maybe injection areas where the reproductions were made. We got the comm link, and it's completely way too light of a gray color. It's almost like a see-through gray is what it is. So that one's garbage. I was looking at this, and I was like, oh, this is the right color. This looks pretty nice for Lumat's bow, but we got the wrong sound. It has that high-pitched sound, and look at this, though. Oh, it floats until you push on it, and it goes right to the bottom. So we know that that is an absolute reproduction. What else do we have in here? Oh, yeah, the Yoda's cane. Look at Yoda's cane. It's very shiny. It's a very shiny cane, and then there's that sound. That's the sound of death. All these blasters, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the tip right there. There should be a little groove in there. But this is a groove unlike anything that's ever been documented by Kenner. And it's also very manufactured looking. It's very square. It just doesn't, it doesn't have any of like the little pieces of plastic coming off of it from the mold. It's just look how sleek looking it is. It's just completely wrong. And then we had a gray one in there. There's the gray one that John from 5/8 Talking Toys has been looking for. It's the gray Imperial Blaster. We finally found one. I've been looking for one forever. And then here, look at this one. Look how thin it is. It's like the into the future type of a blaster. It's so thin and like it looks like a Corvette, this one. So those ones were obviously fake. And look at this. Would you believe that this is fake? Look at how shiny and glossy it is. And here's the sound. Look at that. And guess what? It sinks. Somebody, I saw a post on a Facebook group, I think it was ICC, where someone was saying that nobody ever does a reproduction of these. I think I did a news article on it once. And there's one for you right there. There's also a Bespin blaster. And here's a Bespin blaster. This one is fake as well. It's got a little glossiness to it, and there's that sound. We hate that sound. And then look at all these staffs. All these staffs are fake. Every single one of them. They all make the wrong sound. They all have a weird gloss to them. It's the wrong mold. It's just unbelievable, you guys, what we have going on here. So tons of reproductions. Again, we always had some fake capes over here as well. But there it is. There's all the fakes. And it's quite a lot of money. Just think about these parts right here. These parts right here, this is maybe a $700 to $800 vehicle when all complete. Now it's maybe $150 to $200. So we have $600 worth of accessories right here if we were to sell them separately. I thought I had a hollow cheek Tuscan Raider. That's $200. Now it's zero, maybe $5. Somebody wants a fake one. Tauntaun reins, $15, $20. You got these wings are probably $25, $30. Same thing right here, $25, $30. You've got this is maybe $30 if it works. All these struts go for $45, $50. All these capes, $10 to $15 each. And then take a look at the accessories. Just look at, $35 a piece for those Jawa blasters. You got, what, an $80 bow, $80 to $100 bow right there. All these lightsabers, you got the blue one in there. Everything. Absolutely fake. So we got, I don't know, a couple $1,000 just here in some fake reproductions that are here. And that's unfortunately just kills this entire sale. So I'm going to send all this stuff over, pictures and everything else, and the proof of the reproductions over to the seller, see what he wants to do. But we're in a pickle here because I can't imagine he wants to spend another $600 shipping these things back to him. But he's not going to want to refund me, big giant chunk of change because we've lost a ton of value from what we paid for $5,000. I think we maybe have $2,500 worth of stuff here, but I'm not paying retail. When I paid him $5,000, I thought I was going to be making $1,000 to $1,500 in the back end. I've lost it all right here. There's just not enough profit to be made on this at this point because we've just lost too much value with all these items. So we'll see what we'll do. I'll keep you updated. Hey, it's me, Carl, a rebel soldier, and I'm back on Hoth again, searching for all those amazing perks that come with the Star Wars Daddy membership program here on YouTube, which I just signed up for. At least it's safe here now that the Empire has been destroyed. Wait, what's that? Ah! Oh no, the Wampa got me? The only way for me to get out of this situation is by using the Force. The Force that comes from the Star Wars Daddy membership perks, like member-only monthly giveaways. Free action figures and Star Wars Daddy stickers on your next eBay purchase. Free eBay shipping on all action figures and accessories in the middle and top tiers of memberships. And the Star Wars Daddy t-shirt I'm wearing after certain tenure. There are even more perks, but I don't have time to list them all off with this Wampa situation. I've got to use all these membership perks. I'm feeling the Force. I'm feeling the Force. Memberships! Okay, guys, a kind of a miracle took place. You can probably hear my disappointment throughout this video, and then you can see, well, we're still continuing this video. Why am I continuing this video at this point after showing all the reproductions and telling everybody I was filing a return? Well, I offered the seller a $3,000 partial refund as an option. And then I'll keep all this stuff and we can call it good, because I feel like that at that point, getting recouped for all the reproductions, that would leave me with still a profit here with what's left. And so we're going to go over everything that's left. And here it all is, guys. These are all of the vehicles and parts that are all legit. Everything that we're looking at here, we've got all kinds of things. And so I think overall we're going to do okay. Obviously we had the glued backing here of the Millennium Falcon that broke off. So we're gonna have to work with some of this, but we'll probably just pull it for parts. I've got another Millennium Falcon that I can just clean up and put all these parts on it. We'll be okay. The tie interceptor here does have a broken pin on the inside, but I've got replacements for it from other past tie interceptors that I had, so we'll be able to get this thing up and running perfectly. And then unfortunately we got still the coloring on the TIE fighter there, but we'll see what we can't do with that. The B-wing's all complete, just missing some stickers, missing some flaps on the speeder bike. Both X-wings are complete. Haven't checked if they're running yet. Then over here we've got obviously the sand crawler. It's just, you know, it's missing all the main parts because those were all 3D printed. So possibly somebody will still want those 3D printed parts, who knows. Then here it is, we've got the Imperial Shuttle. I'm thinking this sticker here is a reproduction sticker. It's purple and blue. I think it's supposed to be just black and white. So we're gonna have to test that out. I'm not really positive, to be honest. And then the windshield is glued on the inside. The glue is coming off, so I'll probably just try to take that off with some Goo Gone and get it to be back to normal again. And then here are all of the figures. It's tons and tons of figures. We're just kind of going nuts with them all. But there are some that are in great condition. There are some that are a little bit more worn than others. There's a couple beaters in here. But for the most part, these are, the most of them are going to be sellable. I mean, we got 5 Jawas right there. With the capes are perfect. A bunch of these C-3POs are actually decent overall. But we just have tons and tons of figures. I think it's like 150 figures. All these Princess Leias are great. And Cloud Car pilots are great. And then here we got some parts, so some Y-wing parts. And then we've got one of those, you know, cannons for the Rebel transport there. This, unfortunately, this guy's broken. The tip of it's broken off. But everything else that we can see here for accessories, we've got quite a slew of accessories that are all legit that came along with us. But for, you know, now me spending, instead of $5,000, I've spent $2,000. I think it's a pretty good haul, and it still has the potential to make some pretty good revenue off of it. But here it all is. I mean, this is just massive. It's taken up my entire table here, and I've organized it really well. And it's taken up half this other table I have over here. But it's quite the collection. And so, guys, the good news is we were able to work with the seller. Obviously, the seller wasn't happy, but understood the situation. He honestly didn't know much about reproduction. He's just been purchasing, you know, this entire time from garage sales and had his childhood stuff in here, and he just had no idea he was, you know, he was purchasing things that were fake. And well, it all worked out. And when he found out they were fake, he refunded me. So it's all worked out pretty well. And so we'll take all of these accessories. We're going to try to get as many things complete as we can and start getting those things listed on eBay. Vehicles will start popping into eBay here soon. Members, this is your chance. You see something you like, you need, reach out to me first. Please do not try to claim the accessories. I will not sell the accessories most likely outside of eBay. I need these to complete all these figures, because otherwise, if I sell the accessories, I'm stuck with all these figures that do not sell well by themselves. So we're always trying to make complete figures. And so if you see a figure you need, let me know. If you see a vehicle you need, let me know. We'll get some pricing for you guys as members. But man, what a turnaround story when I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster. In a galaxy where legends were born, the most iconic brand collaboration shaped pop culture for generations. But for over a decade, there's been silence. Until now. Introducing the Ultimate Alliance, Star Wars Daddy, and Collector Archive services. Use code DADDY10 and get 10% off your next CAS submission. Why choose CAS for grading? Because they grade more collectibles than anyone else, with blazing fast 90-day turnaround times, the best customer service, best pricing in the industry. Preserve your legacy, protect your collection. Star Wars Daddy and CAS, the collab we've been waiting for. All right, we did it. We got through that unboxing. Unbelievable. Man, what a series of emotions, huh? I'm like on a high going, wow, this is all great. Uh-oh. Oh no, what's happening? Okay, this is what's fake. This is the seller, return. And then, oh my gosh, we got refunded $3,000. Now it's all worth it. All the items that I have left, you saw what is left, is worth well more than $2,000, which is great. So it means I'm going to make a profit. We've got a whole bunch of inventory that's going to start trickling its way onto eBay. Members, don't forget, use that perk. One of the many perks you have. You saw the commercial. If you're not a member, you know all the perks that people are getting. You probably went down below in the description of this video. You clicked more once, you clicked more twice. You saw all my information in a hyperlink go across the screen. You clicked it. And then you saw my Twitch, my Instagram, my TikTok, my email address, the eBay link in case you want to purchase these things later on. And then we also have the membership link. I'm sure you went through, you clicked it. It didn't join you up for memberships when you clicked it. It just brought up the information. It showed all the tiers and the pricing and all the free stuff and the discounts that I'm giving away on this channel like no other membership you've ever seen. I'm sure you already did all that stuff. And if you did that stuff, you understand why I'm telling my members to go ahead and email me and let me know what things you'd like price points on. That way I can get those prices to you. We can purchase those things outside of eBay. You can save on the sales tax. I can save on the fees from eBay, and it's a win-win situation. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, enjoyed the chaos, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell notification to be notified of all this upcoming content. This week is going to be like some of the weeks we've had recent, tons and tons of content. I've got another unboxing video. It's going to happen on Tuesday. It's a pretty large collection. We've got another collection I'm going to put with it that came in the mail as well, and then another collection on top of that to make 3 collections to make a pretty big unboxing video. It happens on Tuesday. Wednesday is episode 103 of our weekly Star Wars eBay listing videos, where I recap all the sales that we do on Sundays and 7-day auctions that are vintage counter Star Wars items. Shout outs, accolades, giveaways. Happens every single Wednesday. Thursday is probably a day off. Friday, we're going to have a card rip video. Yes, every Friday seems to be card rip videos just for fun going into the weekend because I've done so many of them. I have so many cards sitting over here. They're Star Wars cards. These ones, though, are not tops. These ones are from China. They are Disney-backed. They're Lucasfilm-backed cards, and they are 1/3 the cost of Topps cards. They're 5 times nicer than the Topps cards. The box is amazing. The packaging is amazing. The cards are beautiful. You have to see this unboxing. It's going to happen on Friday. There's a ton of cards we're setting off to be graded, and there's these pairs of cards where you've got to find both sides of a Jedi and a Sith that makes one big card, and they're battles, and they're incredible. You've got to watch this Friday. Saturday is going to be my bloopers. Tons of bloopers of me being an idiot. Everybody loves those. It's a collection of bloopers because they usually happen at the end of my videos if I have bloopers, and then we compiled all those into one gigantic reel, a TikTok, a short that comes out on Saturday so you can see how much of an idiot I am. And then on Sunday is going to be my November mail haul video. This is where I show you all of the items I've added to my personal collection. I went absolutely nuts this month. Where's it all going to go? I don't know. We will figure it out, but I'm telling you, this is probably the biggest month I've had all year. I don't know how it happened. I found too many good prices. I sold a bunch of things off so that I could then afford a lot of these things, but we have some expensive Holy Grail type items this month. So make sure this Sunday to see what the Star Wars Daddy has added to his personal collection. Whew! It's over. This unboxing is done. We're going to start getting these things listed on eBay. It's going to take a lot of work. We got to clean a bunch of items still, pair them up with the accessories, with the figures, because we pulled so much stuff out. We're going to go triple check a lot of the reproductions we did pull out because some of them might still be real. Like some of them still floated. Some of them passed the drop test. And so I did compare them to Variant Villain, but I did very quickly. So some of those might still be real. We're just going to triple check them all. But my guess is that, you know, what we saw in this video is pretty much what we have. The real stuff compared to the fake stuff. But we're crossing our fingers. Maybe we'll be able to pull a couple of those out and get them into the real pile, which would be absolutely awesome. But we should make a pretty good profit from this collection. All right, that's it. I've said it all. I've done it all. What's on my shirt? Oh my gosh, it's that bodybuilding oversized shirt of, man, Boba Fett. We got Darth Vader on there. It is an absolutely beautiful shirt. And until the next time, you guys, who is your daddy?